Alright, hello Rosalyn, this is Calvin showing you the van. To operate the ramp from the outside, you got your key fob remote here. So I'm just going to double press the sliding door button. The sliding door will open and the ramp will automatically deploy. You can see as the ramp was coming out, the vehicle does kneel, and you can turn that feature on and off. And so coming into the van, you can see here's the van. You got some nice TVs in this one here. And it's a beautiful Chrysler Pacifica. So on the inside, you do have buttons to operate that ramp system. It's always going to be a push of one button system. And so one being right here, underneath the radio, here's radio, and you got a button right there. Press that. That will bring your ramp in and also shut your sliding door. Now let's say there happens to be a failure. Like I'm gonna simulate a failure here. So a lot of the times, let's say the sliding door opens but the ramp doesn't deploy. So right there, I tugged the door handle and it only opens the sliding door. It's not going to deploy the ramp. So whenever you mess with the door handles, whether it's on the outside or the inside, it will not deploy the ramp. You have to push the buttons I've showed you, this one. But anyways, so you have a few different options if you ever experience a failure like this. And I would say the number one thing is just try again. Start the vehicle, try again. It should work, or underneath the footrest back here, you have a couple switches. And one switch will bring that ramp directly in and out. They call it an override switch. And so, or you see that handle at the end, you can grab it and manually bring it in and out to where, let's say it's in and only the door is opening but the ramp's not deploying. You can physically grab this flap here, lift it up, grab that handle. And so the footrest back here, just don't forget about that. Anybody riding in that third row seat, you got a footrest. This makes it a little bit more convenient. Otherwise, your legs kind of dangle. Removable cup holders. Cup holders come on and out the seat. There is no center console. You see the floor is lowered all the way up to the firewall. And so these seats are easily removable. We still have to go through it and clean it a little bit. You can see the dust there. But these seats are easily removable. And I'm going to set the phone down, demonstrate. Hello, Rosalyn. Demonstrate, that actually I'll squeeze this lever and you just lift up. So let's see here. First, you want to undo the plug on the wall. Undo that second plug. Just pinch it, it comes out, and then you squeeze this lever and you lift up on the seat, and the seat will come right out on wheels to where it's super easy. And I might as well demonstrate that just in case. So I'm just gonna pause the video real quick. So I have unplugged the harnesses from the wall. Super easy. This one's easy. It clips in and out, to where you just clips in and out. Squeeze that little clip, wiggle it, comes out. This one is where you kind of have to use two hands to squeeze the plug and pull it out. And so before you unplug that, what I did is you want to make sure the seat is all the way in the forward position so that when you go to take it out, it's easier and it doesn't tip over on you when you take it out. And so what I do with these harnesses, I plug them in to a holder. So you can see here on the seat base, you take this plug out from the wall and you just simply plug it in to that guy, and so that when you take this seat out, it doesn't drag that harness. So I'm going to squeeze this handle, squeeze. I'm going to put my shoulder into the seat a little bit here, and it comes out on wheels. You know, you can see it's completely out. You take this seat, you put it in your garage, and you have an additional riding area in this. Here, one sec. I'm going to take the seat out of the van and show you how much more additional space you get. There. Seat is out of the van. You put it in like your garage, or you take it out, you put it somewhere, or you leave them in, but pretty sweet. And you got some space back here. I'll go open the hatch. And then you do have a nice little, the backrests do fold down. All you got is this function here, and you can see they fold down. Press this button to shut the hatch. Buttons on the side of the sliding door, you can press this little button here that will open these sliding doors. But again, if you do that on that ramp side, it's only going to open the sliding door and not deploy the ramp. The kneeling system button on and off. So that's what this button does. So let's say you flip it in the off position. There, let's try it. So I'm gonna bring the ramp in right now. So I'm gonna press this. Ramp's coming in. Door will shut. Now I'm going to flip this into the off position. Okay. So now when I deploy the ramp, the van will not squat. It won't kneel. They call it just kneeling. So now I'm going to press this. When that ramp comes out, it's going to be a little bit steeper. You know, the ramp actually kind of floats a little bit, so you can see here that the ramp's a little steeper, and you have, you know, it doesn't necessarily hit the ground all the way. The reason why you want to turn your kneeling system off in most cases is so that you can deploy this ramp onto a sidewalk or a curb, and at that point it's just a bridge right into your van. I mean, overlooking the van, there is no exterior damage that I could see. Not, you know, like no giant scratches or dents. The only realistic thing that I saw was where there's nothing on the outside, but I just know there's a little wear spot right here from the heel of the previous user, you know, so it's a little bit of wear right there. Interior is in great shape. No lights on the dash to where when you start it, there's no check engine lights, no nothing like that. It's a beautiful van. It truly is. So yeah, I hope this has helped you with the comfort of taking the van. And I'm sorry about the delay of getting you this video. And I appreciate the opportunity to help out Lakeisha. And yeah, thank you, Rosalyn. Hopefully this helps. And I'm always going to be there to where if you have questions after you take ownership, we will chat and do video calls or whatever it is that how I can assist. I'll always be there for you. Thanks, Rosalyn.